We're all different. Our hair's different.
The hair is different. What's deficient in my body
is not deficient in mine.
Correct.
So that's why we came up with this line. And that's why we worked with chemists just for you. Hi, welcome to HCI Podcast. And today we have Lance Marr with us. Lance?
Hey, how y'all doing? Glad to be here. Glad for you to have this opportunity to converse.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I'm Lance. I'm one of the nurses at a local hospital. I've been doing wound care for the past 11, 12 years.
Wow. Long time.
Oh, God. Sometimes too long.
Yes.
But then, actually, in doing wound care, I find out that there are different aspects about the body that is 100% natural, that heals naturally.
Ooh,
so it just
us.
needs some natural stuff to add to the body that helps it heal. So it's just like silver products, which is antimicrobial. And by adding it to the body, to the wound area, it actually helps heal the wound. Unless you're a vampire or a werewolf, then you're pretty much done. But those are different aspects that we find that, oh, wow, okay, this helps heal because it's antimicrobial and it keeps that's probably why it kills werewolves because it's almost like an antibiotic.
Got it. When you say silver, why don't you elaborate a little bit for our public audience?
Sure. Well, silver, the thing about silver is it helps keep that area clean and actually gives it a base, a coating base.
Okay.
Where once it keeps it, let's say, by putting a little silver into like an alginate, which is seaweed.
Exactly.
And by putting it on the wound bed with that area, it helps keeps that it keeps the bad bacteria away. So that way the bad bacteria stays away, but it lets the good bacteria thrive, which actually helps heal the wound.
I see. Wow. Interesting.
So,
didn't know that.
I know.
But natural remedies are always good to know.
It's a lot of people are all about Western medicine.
I'm one of them.
And then they forget about Eastern medicine. So when East meets West,
yes, that's
I
the
think
best.
that's the
best.
best.
Your balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just us being able to know that for the medical field that there are other alternatives.
Yes.
It's just like back in the day where you have, let's say, Indians, their medicine. They used to take
all the powders, all the sea moss.
And then take the stuff off the tree, they mash it down, and they make iodine paste.
Interesting.
After a while, we said in the medical field, no, that doesn't work. Guess what we're doing now?
Going back to that.
Iodosorb.
Exactly.
Those are different products that they actually use that help the body heal.
That is correct.
So,
like our mothers, our grandparents, the way they did all their natural remedies. My mom used to create some crazy things that I thought were crazy, but they literally worked.
Oh, they work all the time.
Yes.
And it's the same. It's almost the same like with hair.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How many times they had people like rosemary? Yeah, rosemary oil.
That's right.
By putting it on the scalp, and massaging it.
It helps stimulate.
Right.
Literally. But people don't do that. But we do add that in our shampoos, in our vitamins, in a lot of products, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And even, in our vitamins.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, with what I was able to formulate is something called shantytonin.
Yes, do tell.
Which is, it has ashwagandha, a Bavarian root,
Which is something we need.
magnesium, and melatonin. Now,
Oh, okay.
melatonin is great for the hair.
That's right.
People don't. They say, well, plants, melatonin is for sleep.
Sleep, but they don't really know what else it's good for.
Right. Matter of fact, Germany did
A study on it.
study on it, and they used actually animal study as well before they transitioned to human study. And minks, in order to harvest their hair, they
That's
actually
right.
gave melatonin, and they helped
It helped
grow
their hair and silky at that.
Yes. So
While they're sleeping. I mean, that's the best. We don't even realize that these roots, all these vitamins, or what would you call it?
vitamins, hormones, these are the things that are essential for us to be able to
but
function.
what are you calling melatonin? The actual melatonin
Oh, it's a hormone.
hormone.
So it's a hormone that our body produces. Now, what's happening in the world today is everybody's on their phone.
Yes, of course.
Now, they look at the screen, that's actually taking away your melatonin.
That's right.
I know they say, oh, use a blue screen, but it's still...
But not everybody uses it.
Right. And it still affects, because when you go to
I
work,
know.
you're on the computer. Everything is governed by technology.
Technology.
And we wonder why we don't produce the same stuff that we have. Because look at our grounds, look at our farming. What we used to do is migrate. So once
like
they
that
plant the food and all that, they harvest the land. They take that, they go to somewhere else, and then they'll harvest the land again. And once they're done with that, they go somewhere else and migrate, and they harvest the land. Now we're using the same soil, same thing, mass production. No wonder we're low in magnesium.
Absolutely.
ADHD is on the rise. We have a lot of mental health issues, and magnesium is all a part of that.
Yes, we really, really need magnesium, and a lot of people don't take that.
It affects everything, mood,
Yes.
even sleep,
Sleep for sure. I know that.
and muscle building,
Spasms
definitely spasms,
for sure.
and it helps with constipation too.
Really?
Yeah, it definitely helps with constipation. And impacted, that's actually a help. And also helps with hair as well. Because even magnesium threonate, which actually helps, crosses the blood-brain barrier. So a lot of magnesiums
That's why I love working with my chemists, my nurse.
vitamins, they don't go past the brain barrier. So magnesium threonate does.
Yes.
And actually,
Yes, that's right. I see that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And what happens is when you have people with dementia, and they actually find out later on that when they do autopsies and stuff that they are deficient.
Yes.
So these are the stuff that, let's say, why. And I liken it back to, we don't have the same farming like we did back then.
No.
Because, as I was saying earlier, how stuff move from place to place to place. Once that soil's depleted, they move somewhere else. So that way that soil can be regenerated. Now you have the same farmer. That farmer's been farming that land for like 30, 40 years with different crops and not moving anywhere.
Wow. Very true.
And then we're mass producing food we just don't produce food for the local business. Yeah. We're actually doing it for the masses.
For the mass.
So that's why I love my farmer's market.
I do as well.
I go there all the time.
I do as well.
I love it. I'll be able to
Support small business,
You
like
have
your
to.
local farmers market. Very
to.
important.
Have to. Definitely have to. And I think we think so much on a global scale instead of refining everything down to our neighbors.
That's right.
Am I my neighbor keeper?
That's right. That's right.
Let's go back
to that.
And then we can be able to find out that we're a lot happier when we know our neighbors.
That's right. I
You know,
love going into our farmer's market or your local business that's nearby you, that's not a big chain, and they remember you.
Exactly.
Love that.
It was just like, okay, point. We look at honey.
Yes.
And we say, oh, wow, okay, I got my little, go to, locally, we could go to a big supermarket and we'll take the honey and we'll pour it and it says, okay, great. Well, honey is great for allergies.
Yes.
But it's great for local allergies.
That's right.
So let's say you're living in Nashville, Tennessee, and you coming down and the honey produced in Florida. Those are two different honeys.
Yes, it is.
Because the pollen, which is around here, is different from the pollen all the way in Nashville, Tennessee.
That is correct.
So you're trying to fight allergies. That is the best natural remedy.
That's
and
correct.
be able to taking some of that in.
Yes.
Because we are all different.
We're all different.
So even the places where you are, Florida is different from Nashville, as where it's different from California, LA. So we're all trying to say, okay, we're grabbing these products all around the world, and we're trying to use it for us.
But in reality, it's really, you make the product for your area.
Right.
And your environment.
Or even having it formulated for you.
That's right. Why don't we talk about that?
Oh,
let's talk about it because it's exciting.
Oh, yeah, it is exciting
let's
for our
let everybody
collaboration.
know our great, what's to come soon.
Well, soon we're definitely moving forward in branding everything all in one into one product for the masses.
That's right.
And
we're working with chemists, right?
Right.
And we're working just for you guys, formulating the right products exclusively for you. You meaning if you have hair loss, if you have dry scalp, if you have psoriasis, any condition for your scalp, it's going to be exclusively formulated for you by your hair follicle, right?
Right. Because let's face it, everybody's their own individual.
That's right.
So if I want to go to, let's say, Dove or some of these other products, and I read the label, all that stuff, and says, hey, this can be able to make my hair shiny.
Right.
How is it going to make your hair as an individual shiny? We are all different.
We're all different. Our hair's different.
The hair is different. Let's say what's deficient in my body
is not deficient in mine.
Correct.
So that's why we came up with this line. And that's why we worked with chemists just for you, so that we can formulate the right formula, the right product that's made exclusively, whether it's the vitamin, the shampoo, or the gel, or the actual treatment. It's exclusively and formulated for that particular individual.
Definitely. And it's just right, because you just don't know exactly where you're at biologically.
No. And sometimes we're imbalanced, really, because today I may feel great and my body, everything's great. In a month from now, if you actually sent a hair follicle of their own hair follicle, guess what? But they might have been sick.
Right.
Low immune. That is not going to be formulated correctly. It's best that you're actually feeling at your best so that it can actually be formulated exclusively the right way.
Definitely.
Don't you think so?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Being in the medical field?
Definitely. Because let's say if I have COVID.
Yes.
At that one point in time. And
which many have.
Let's say people pulled my hair at that point in time. Of course, it's going to be depleted.
That is correct. Dehydrated, depleted. It just not at its best.
Not at its best at all. So the whole thing is being able to have something that's formulated for your own individual to be able to get it back.
That's correct.
And actually going back and periodically checking, okay, this is, I need to get my hair stronger. And then we can be able to take a look at it. That says, okay, this is what's going on. Let's go ahead and give this product out. This is what we recommend. And using that product, and your hair is at tip-top. But I need to keep it that way.
That's right. And that's how they maintain with our products.
Right.
That's going to be coming out soon. Just remember that you want to be at your best health.
Definitely. I think that's, or even if you're not, and then we just need to know at that point in time.
Exactly.
That, okay, this is what's going on. And then with our, we will have a...
Now, if they have if they're diabetics or diabetes, if they have those kind of conditions, we can work through those.
Right.
Those are things that are going to be there long term, most likely. If you have other conditions that are long term conditions that are there to stay, we can surpass and go through those. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, nevertheless, we can still get through it. And even if you were someone that didn't drink a lot of water and always dehydrated, we can still formulate it.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely formulate it and get it just to where you need it, so that way you can actually see
progress. And yes, and beneficial for them.
Correct.
Absolutely. Which I am so excited. So that's our next thing that's coming out soon. So please stay tuned and watch that. But I'm so excited about him because he has so much other things that he has to share with us. I mean, as you know, he did talk about what else is this benefit for our sleeping?
Definitely helps sleep. I mean, when you sleep, your body heals.
That's right.
That's where everything is. Your muscles heal. Let's say if you're a workout warrior, this helps with your muscles. Ashwagandha, which is help with the stress. A lot of people have hair loss with stress.
That's right.
Because when you think it says, well, I get 8 hours of sleep. Do you really? I mean, what are you taking? Xanax? If you
exactly.
You're not actually
get like 5.
Yeah, but the thing is with Xanax, you're not actually really sleeping.
No.
You think you're sleeping, but your brain is
still going.
And it's the same thing at night with people who have their brain just can't rest. The only reason why you're up is because your mind is solving all the issues of the day that you just had and perceiving about the troubles you're having tomorrow.
That's right.
So you're actually thinking about everything. You're not really sleeping.
No, you're not.
So it helps your mind to just relax. With the Bavarian root
wonderful.
Works hand in hand.
That's wonderful.
And then that product with the melatonin, which will secrete the hormones that you lost looking at your computer all day, that will help you as well. And then all those are clinically tested. That actually helps with hair growth.
Wow.
So
on top of that.
So it helps all the way around, and as well as your mental health.
That's the best. I mean, nothing to wake up and feel great. It doesn't make you feel groggy like some sleeping pills or anything like that.
Right. It smooths it out, and so that way when you get up, your mindset that is already rested, so it's ready for the day. And that's why, my slogan for that is,
what's that?
The success of the day starts at night.
How about that? Success for the day starts at night. Why? Because if you have a great night's rest, if you sleep well, forget it.
Yeah,
you wake up.
Attack the day.
That's right. Because sometimes I take some of those sleeping pills or what have you, and I wake up so groggy and tired.
Definitely, because it's...
And this will not do that.
No, because everything is all natural.
That's the best.
And you wake up groggy because it doesn't allow... It makes you sleep, but it doesn't make your mind sleep.
I know that.
So your mind gets up tired.
Tired.
Your body may be great, but your mind is tired.
That's
and
right.
If people feel that mind fatigue, you're like, oh, I have a headache. Your mind's been running all day. It must be tired. Something on your mind.
Yes. Yes. Wow, that's wonderful. So we must let everybody know about this. This is something to definitely try. So we will definitely have it on there so you get a link to actually purchase this. Guys, you need to try this. What else do you have, Lance?
Blood pressure monitor.
Wow.
I think everybody should actually have that. It's
I
something
agree.
that everybody needs to have. Be able to just periodically check your blood pressure. This blood pressure is a World Health Organization. A lot of them don't have this indicator. So this is formulated for what they stipulate you need to have. So it lets you know exactly green
where you're at.
If you're at. And it gives you the temperature. Just take this, you put it on, give it a start.
That's simple.
That's simple.
Let's see how you're doing.
Yeah, let's see. And you have to be quiet with it too.
Okay. So you just basically leave it right there, right over your heart. I'm sure you'll tell me why afterwards when you're done with your treatment. That's wonderful. Look at that, guys. I mean, he has his sleeping pills. He's got his heart monitor. What's next other than formulated for you, which is ours, coming soon? In the meanwhile, you know that we also came out with our new line of products as well, shampoo and conditioners, Lance. And you must try, absolutely, you'll have to try one exclusively made for you as well. So what's the results? How are you doing?
120 over 70.
Oh, you're doing great.
Nice, not bad.
Not bad. That's good. I believe everyone should have that, and I'm sure you agree with that because you always designed it, but I feel like we should know. I mean, you obviously know. Sometimes you can be so stressed and you don't realize it, and you can be on the verge of something bad and not realize it. Sometimes with a panic attack, which I've heard so many people now having panic attacks.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Hear it all the time. You're so stressed, and it results to that.
The way they watch, a lot of people watch the news, and a lot of people look at different things, what's going on in the world, and, just take that and they panic on what's going on, or they have anxiety.
Yes.
So, a lot of people have anxiety attack, but anxiety is nothing, and, that's the big thing, what's going on is understanding what you're going through. And anxiety is on stuff that hasn't happened yet. You're not anxious or have an anxiety attack on what already happened in the past. It has nothing to do with what happened yesterday. You're perceiving what's going to happen.
So that's why they stress out.
Yes, they stress out and be like, oh no, I got to do this, or an anxiety, what's going on in the future. It hasn't happened yet. So,
how can they prevent that? How can you let them know how to relax without having to get to that level?
It's hard because everybody has their own journey.
Yes.
And be able to
how to handle it.
And know that, okay, this time out. This hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
Let me just think about it. Let me come up with different solutions in case it happened. Being able to write stuff down. I think we, as a society, look to the phone and I'm jotting this down here, It's different from then taking a pen and paper and writing it, because you're creating.
Yeah, exactly.
You become a creator, and you become control of what you're writing, because you're putting stuff down on paper, so you're mechanically writing it, so mechanically
Exactly.
doing something. You're actually using your thought and putting it down on paper, and you're
agree.
seeing it. You become who you meant to be, is to be a creator.
That's correct. And that can calm you.
That calms you. Writing the stuff that you're anxious about.
That's right.
Just write it down. What are you anxious about? What are you trying to do? What are you scared of?
Writing it down and also calming yourself. It's almost like meditating, giving peace to yourself.
Right.
For that moment. Versus just putting it on the phone real quick. You're not physically doing it. You are, but you're not.
Yeah, you are, you're not, because you already know your brain already says this is done by some AI machine. This is created by something else. I'm just typing it in here. You're not creating it in there. You're typing it in something that's created by something else. If you have a pen and paper and you're writing stuff down, you're creating it yourself. You become the creator. You take the power back from that anxiety, and you're actually putting it on paper. And then when you see it on paper that you just wrote down, then you'll say, okay, I created you. You have no power over me. And this is my solution for that.
That's right. That's right. Gosh, great information that you were able to give to our public audience. I mean, I can't thank you enough. Always, Lance.
That's great.
I feel like we need to share. Sometimes people don't share these informations, and even the natural things about giving those natural tips are always great. Some people may not have known what the root was for some of the stuff that you shared earlier today.
There's a lot of things get lost in history and within time. I know you mentioned with diabetes.
That's right.
And diabetes is one of the first known diagnosed problems.
That is correct.
In the history of man. A lot of people, people from India, over 3,000 years ago, call it honeybee.
Wow. Look at that.
So when you urinate, it smelled like honey. The Egyptians, they call it sweet pea. So from that point in time, they knew where to place you, because they knew if you had sweet pea, you're not going to live long.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
you would be out somewhere else. You wouldn't be part of they had different workers, so they knew that you're more disposable than anybody else. And you have the same thing with, even in China, they actually, you pee on the ground and they see exactly if the ants come for it. If the ants came for the pee, they would know that you're affected with the sweet pea.
Wow.
So there are different aspects in the history of time where we diagnose things as humans and we find a way to deal with it. From back then till now. But then now everything is all geared towards not helping our common man or woman.
I agree with you on that one.
So they find what they need, they get it for themselves, and they hold on to it. And
that's correct.
They push it off to the side. They don't need to let us know.
No.
So that way, if you are having problems, then you go to the pharmaceutical route.
Right.
And from the pharmaceutical route, then you go to the insurance route. Then you go to the hospital route.
You would know since you work there.
So you have 3 different
tiers,
and it's like a triangle.
Yes.
You have pharmaceutical, hospital, which is hospital doctor, healthcare, and then you have insurance company. They're all
out to get you. Sorry.
It's, it could. Yeah, some do. Some do great
some
work,
don't.
but then some are not. There are bad actors in every group.
There is. There
so
truly is.
There are a lot of.
But they're great ones too. So there are great doctors out there, great chemists, great just like you.
And yeah.
So there's great in everything.
There's great in everything, but I think it's the bad apples in the group is what spoils it for everybody else. There are doctors that go out of their way to try to help people.
Yes.
And find different ways and embrace Eastern medicine as well as Western medicine as well as African medicine.
Yes.
There are different types of medicines that actually we can actually look to and get everything together. I mean, how we came together, it says we want to be able to formulate something for everyone.
That's right.
And for that, treat that one individual.
That's right.
And to see them to be able to put a smile on their face and know that, okay, they're
seeing results.
They're seeing results.
Yes.
And that actually helps their mental health. Because when they look in the mirror, what's staring back at them is what affects them for the rest of the day.
That's right.
And for us to be able to come together and be able to give them that sense of peace before they go out the door, and that boosts their confidence before they go out the door.
Amen. Exactly. That's everything. I mean, that's what we want. That's the whole idea. We want to be able to have them happy. Because if they're happy, we're happy, and that's why we want to formulate this exclusively for them, for each individual. Because not every product that you go out and buy out there is made for, I mean, you can't take this and it's made for everybody. We have to make sure that the right product is hit the right person. And same with hair. It's knowing, being a specialist, a trichologist, a doctor, a chemist, a nurse that knows exactly what would be the right solution for the problem. Be it anything, be it the hair, be the physical body.
And be able to strip down everything to ground zero. And I think you have a product like that.
That's right.
Be able to get the scalp to ground zero.
To ground zero, which is our scalp refresher. It actually removes any buildup. It actually restarts the scalp so that you can actually then deposit the actual hair. So remember, guys, everybody needs scalp refresher. It removes everything from your scalp, and you need that. It's so important. That way you can start from there and then actually start with your product and put the right product on your scalp or your hair.
Yeah, definitely. Because to be able to have a foundation with nothing.
A clean slate.
Clean slate. And then be able to rejuvenate your hair, scalp, and be able to put the products that you need to have.
Yes.
And be able to take away the bad products you already put in. Because, it's and I know who press for time. But it's just like some of the hair products out there.
Yes.
If you look at the shampoo and some of the shampoos, it has magnesium and zinc.
Yes.
They don't go together.
No. But they put it out there a lot.
No, they put it out there. And the fact is, zinc...
With a fancy name.
Yeah, zinc stops magnesium from being absorbed in.
There you go. You heard it here.
So why do you have these two products right there side by side? Or they'll say, oh, this has vitamin D and vitamin E. They don't go together.
No. They clash.
They clash. So we just grab and we take face value on what they have on the front and says, okay, I'm getting this from such and such. But if you stroll into the back and you read the ingredients and you actually look through, and they know you don't have the time to Google and look at everything.
No.
So, but if you do take that time to look in, you'll be amazed.
You'll be amazed. That's why.
what products
really complement each other. Right. So
they don't have to say they clash. They just put the product in and say, okay, this is what's in it.
Exactly. Wow. So much great knowledge, so much great information. I mean, I'm full of all this knowledge now that Lance has given us. I thank you so much for allowing the public to actually hear, because it's so important for us to know some of these things. And if we didn't know it, you can always find it at HCI Podcast. Always. We are always here to bring someone new and great information for you guys. Thank you so much, Lance. Share your information so everybody can follow you.
Sure. You can follow me on Nurses First Choice. It's on Facebook as well as TikTok and Instagram, as well as our website, nursesfirstchoice.com, and YouTube, Nurses First Choice. Actually, we have the top 5. We just released the top 5 places to get plastic surgery in the world.
Wow. Look at that. Now, will they where can they get this?
This one is also on Nurses First Choice.
Great.
And you can actually, there'll be a code that says HCI Podcast. And just put that in. This is usually $39.99. You'll get this for $19.99.
Wow, $19.99 if you put HCI Podcast. Do mark that.
And the same with this one. This will be $29.99. You'll get that for $19.99.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lance.
Oh, welcome.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's always a pleasure to be with you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you.